Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. So this is going to be one that doesn't come out of my Lost Pages notebook because it's so easy to explain. We're here to talk about the summary of the Kung Fu Panda universe before I have to get ready for work. Alright, so basically in the beginning there was Master Oogway. Oogway was the creator of the Kung Fu style. He searched the world for little bits of detail, what kind of things to make, how to do things. Like he traveled to the Panda village to learn of Chi. He also had a friend known as Kai who helped him learn this style, but he never got into the Kung Fu discipline part. As soon as he found out any point of power, he used that instead of Kung Fu. But at some point, Oogway had to stop Kai and send him to the spirit realm. Oogway started to create Kung Fu, had other students, they learned it, and he created the Jade Palace, where he would teach all the students, and those students would go out and become masters of their own style of Kung Fu, and also learn other techniques. A big thing that I don't like to put into the Kung Fu Panda universe is the Legends of Awesomeness, because there's a lot of bad things to add in. Like when Shifu was getting taught, there was also Jinji and Junji and I can't remember the other one, but I mean, there's other good things like how Shifu's father left him on the steps of the Jade Palace. That way he can learn the Kung Fu style. Because he was a thief, so he wanted a better life for his son. He also had a love interest that he learned was a part of the Valley of Pieces, thief, but they fell in love. But he could never give up Kung Fu until it came to the time when he thought he didn't have to. But at some point, Uwe made the prediction that there was a Kung Fu master who was so good that could protect everyone from evil and get rid of the most part of evil, and this person would be given the title of Dragon Warrior. And he would say that at any time that he would do it, that's when it would happen. He would fight a great evil. And he'd save the world. Basically, students later, like Shifu, had adopted Tai Lung when he was left on the steps of Jade Palace, and he was like the favorite because he was so excelling at all the training. But then he learned the title of Dragon Warrior, and it corrupted him, thinking he would be given the title of Dragon Warrior. But Oogway said you would never be, because he wasn't meant to be. That made him go on a path of he wasn't good enough, so he rampaged through Valley of Peace. But Oogway had to put him down, and they put him in a prison that was meant just for Tai Lung. Which in Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, they reused that prison for every big bad, like the Fung and his alligator bandits, every bandit, Hoondoon, who once was a guard there, and trying to remember. But also like Beifeng and all that. There's a lot of characters that could be sent to that prison. But eventually, the Dragon Warrior is said to be ready. By this point, Shifu has taught five other students the Masters of the Crane style, Masters of the Snake, also known as Viper, the Master of the Monkey, Mantis, and of course the Tiger style. Tigress was basically just left at the orphanage but the orphanage couldn't give her because everyone was so terrified because everyone else was a prey where she was a predator. And her strength was unbelievable. So they called her a monster that gave her heart and soul ice cold. But then Shifu um, gave her patience and control over her strength, which then all the kids liked to play with her. But still, being a predator scared everyone off. But Shifu just came back and adopted her. But because of Tai Lung already have been a son by that point, and that whole Dishonored, he's like, I'm not gonna give any love to Tigress. So Tigress grew up still alone, even though she was adopted. But it made that loneliness gave her like super extra strength and honor, and she was basically Leonardo the Ninja Turtles for the Furious Five. And then of course, Poe seen the first acts of the Furious Five. He wanted to learn how to do the kung fu, so he started falling in love with every master, learning everything that happened in the legends. Finally, Dragon Warrior is called upon thanks to Oogway. Poe says, "I'm going to go try it," but because of him trying to do it, it leads him to being the Dragon Warrior, and thus he was brought in to train. Of course, people thought because he was a panda, he wasn't going to amount to anything, but he was a quick learner when he didn't think about it. He was Michelangelo for things. He had great potential, but it's just he played too much. And then finally, he started seeing that it was himself, not just this title, and that's how he beat Tai Lung, just because he self-taught himself by seeing the Wishy Finger Hole once. That's how it happened. Legends of Awesomeness, I'm going to say, is it happens there, and they kind of just train, and that's how the best friend thing happens in Kung Fu Panda 2 with Tigress and him. But the thing is, then we have Lord Shin giving Poe's backstory, where basically Poe was once part of a panda village, but because of a foretold from a prophet goat, he goes and kills them all. Just so there is no one standing in his way. Where that kills Poe's mom, but his dad and several pandas were surviving somewhere else. That way, Shin couldn't hunt them down again. But Poe is, of course, left alone by his mother. That makes him drift off into Mr. Pang's noodle shop, where he was adopted and grew up as his son. But because he learns about the backstory, he goes after Shane for revenge and to learn more. But this gives him a chance to get hit back and almost killed. But he does return with a better understanding. He understands and he takes in his past. It gives him inner peace. And that's how he beats Lord Shin. And then in Kung Fu Panda 3, he's trained a long time. He's able to start becoming the new master. That way, basically, Shifu can graduate to the Grandmaster. Like, he's been the Grandmaster after Oogway's death, but he's finally in the position where he can relax. He can just tell Poe his teachings, and Poe can teach others and become the Master Shifu. And then the Furious 5 would just be like his co-workers and help give the other students these teachings. And you can see that Poe is a master thanks to Secrets of the Furious 5. The Secrets of the Masters is just telling how Thundering Rhino, Ox, and Croc came together. But basically, Kai from the beginning comes and says, you know what? I know how to. I got perfected chi. I can just absorb everyone else's chi and use that to my advantage, thus making Jade statue warriors basically soulless stones, and he's able to fight against that. But because he is a soul, basically a walking soul, the wishy finger hold doesn't work on anyone but mortals. Um, so basically, Poe learns of his father and the pandas are alive. Um, he learns of their ways. He teaches them a little bit of his way. That way, when Kai does come, they put up some kind of defense. And thanks to the thing of love, friendship, and all that, Poe is able to win and master Chi himself. And thanks to Oogway, he's like, you are now the most cosmic best of all Chi. Here you go. And that's kind of it for Kung Fu Panda. But then we have now the Paws of Destiny, which is basically, I guess, the four masters that the four Chi masters come back, which I believe is a phoenix, a tiger. I don't know the other two, and I think the other one's a turtle, but and an owl, I think. But basically, what I hate about the Paws of Destiny is they bring back Legends of Awesomeness logic with that Poe was passed down the hero's chi because thanks to Oogway, and that's how he has chi, and it's like, so Kung Fu Panda 3 isn't the fact that he learns of chi, it's because that he already has hero chi in him. Also, this is stupid because Legends of Awesomeness shows that he knows about chi and that he can use it to the ultimate potential, but he doesn't know about it by Kung Fu Panda 3, and they're like, chi, what's chi? And, you have best friends where in the Legends of Awesomeness, they're not even friends at all between Tigress and Poe, that is. But Legends of Awesomeness should be just thrown to the side and forgotten. But because of the hero's chi thing, they have to remember it. But that's kind of it. I hope you guys liked the video. Thumbs up if you did. Hit the subscribe button for future content. Go to Butcher and stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't get that notification bell to get all notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.